All right, let's get started with section 5. Here's that focus question. Native Americans by 1830 were religiously and culturally diverse, some having adopted white American ways of life to varying degrees. The Native response to American encroachment varied as well. The last Indian resistance in the Old Northwest ended in American victory in the Black Hawk War in 1832. In the South, cotton spread has introduced land-hungry white settlers into areas where civilized tribes, such as the Cherokee, Choctaw, and Creek, had long practiced white ways, including slavery. But in 1830, Jackson secured passage of the Indian Removal Act, which allowed for the removal of tens of thousands of Indians from the Southwest. The law repudiated Jeffersonian notions that Indians could be assimilated and eventually incorporated into white America. Most deportations stemming from the Indian Removal Act took place in the South. The Cherokee in Georgia, threatened with expulsion by that state's government, appealed to the Supreme Court to protect their land rights, which had been guaranteed in treaties with the federal government. In 1832, the court decided in Worcester versus Georgia that Indians were separate political nations under federal, not state, jurisdiction. Georgia, therefore, had no right to remove the Cherokee. However, Jackson refused to enforce the court's decision. He allowed Georgia to expel the Cherokee with help from the federal government, which sent troops to forcibly remove them and other tribes in the 1830s. This forced removal became known as the Trail of Tears, 1838 to 1839. The Indians were forced to move to territories in the West with inferior land. Thousands died on the way. In Florida, the Seminoles resisted removal for 7 years by fighting a costly guerrilla war against American troops, but they too succumbed. By the 1840s, Indian presence in the eastern states of America had been significantly diminished, reinforcing the racial definition of American nationhood and freedom. So, that was section 5. We'll bring you section 6 next.